Hello everyone, welcome to Beaver's Hobby Channel. In this video, we're gonna take a look at the Jiabaile 1:43 scale 4-wheel drive RC car, and this time it's the gyro version. Here's the box. As you can see, it has the gyro sticker on the front. So, let's open it up and see what's inside. By the way, this time, because it's another car, so I decided to go with another body. Here's the manual. And here's the car. Of course, if we're gonna be different, let's go with the Need for Speed Most Wanted BMW. And next we have the transmitter. And because this time we have the gyro as well, it now comes with the gyro dial. So it is max out of the box, and then we can turn it down. We can also turn the light on and off. It is off as default. We're gonna need a screwdriver to open the battery tray. And of course it comes with some cones. Grip tires. Now there are 5. So we have one extra for spare. A USB Type-C charging cable. And that's it for the box. Visually, the car doesn't look any different than the previous version. Let's compare them together. So they are the same wheelbase and the same width. And for the body, the BMW is a little bit shorter than the GTR, but from the bottom they look exactly the same. Before I open this up, let's see if there is any battery in this. Oh, it comes with a little bit of battery, and I'm not sure if it comes across on a camera, but the gyro actually works. And of course, it only has the front suspension, but not the back. So, let's open this up and see what's inside. To open this up, the screw head is Phillips 00. So, the lights are SMD lights that connect to the transparent plastic on the body, which is really good because we can cleanly remove the body without anything attached to it. So, we have a servo plug here, which is a 3-wire servo. Here's the battery plug. And here's the motor plug that powers the motor. In here. And here's the gyro ship. There's a little bit of play in the steering, but it is to be expected because this kind of steering system needs a little bit of play to operate smoothly. And the motor is pretty smooth, considering that it doesn't come with any ball bearing. And the steering angle is pretty good as well. We're gonna see later if it can actually do this with the control from the transmitter. Let's compare this to the previous version. On the left, we have the new version with gyro, and on the right, we have the previous version without gyro. We can see some improvements on this, that the front lights on the new version are SMD LEDs, but on the skyline, on the previous version, they are standard LEDs. And of course, we have the gyro ship on the new version. The chassis top is the same for the both versions, and the servo is also the same. And also the same suspension. So, let's start this up and see how it drives. The red light comes on when it is charging. The red light goes out when the charging is finished. To install the grip tires, first you need to remove the drift tires. It is easier if you remove the body first. Now push the middle of the wheel and pull the tire out. Like that. So, here's the grip tires. They don't really have the direction, so you can put them in however you like. There are edges on the tire, so make sure that the edges catch on the rim. Like so. You can actually do this without removing the body, but removing the body makes it easier. And there you have it. Here are the grip tires. Next, let's check the turning circle. So first, I have to turn the gyro off. And here we go. That's 42.5 centimeters. Well, at least left and right turns are equal at 42.5 centimeters, which is the largest turning circle in this scale. Next, let's take a look at the transmitter. It is basically the same as the previous version, except the gyro dial. And that's pretty much it. Oh, and also, it doesn't have the hazard light. There's nothing on here but the essential. You can increase or decrease the speed, and you can trim the steering, and that's all you need basically. Well, while the car uses Phillips 00, the transmitter uses Phillips 0. By the way, the transmitter runs on 4 AAA batteries. Let's see how much steering does it have on the stock transmitter. Turn the car on first, and then the transmitter. And here's the steering angle. Yes, seems like it can do the full steering. And here's how the gyro works. That's a lot. So, because it is on max, now let's turn it down a little bit to see how it reacts. This is about half. And this is off. So you can actually turn the gyro off if you want. And by the way, it has full function, forward, brake and reverse. So, you have to pull the trigger. And then, when you push the trigger, immediately it'll brake. You have to come back to the center and push the trigger again to reverse. And of course, it is fully proportional. So it has 3 speeds: low, mid, and high. And what about the light? So that's on. And that's off. Even though it is off, the brake light still comes on. And that's been a development. The protocol has been cracked, and now it is supported by the multi-protocol project. So, we can use a multi-protocol module like this to control these cars, whether it is the standard version or the new version with gyro. Here's how to set up and bind a multi-protocol transmitter with the Jiabaile car. So, first, this is the Radio Master MT12, and because I have the ELRS version, I'm gonna need a multi-protocol module. But if you already have the multi-protocol version, the 4-in-1 version, you can just use it with the car directly. The only thing you need to do before this is to update the firmware of the multi-protocol module. Just go to the website and choose the firmware you use, and then load it onto your module and it'll be okay. Okay, so let's start a new model. Create model 18. Now press page to change the model name. I'm gonna name it M3 for this car. Next, I'm gonna only show you the essentials, which are steering, throttle, and the gyros. So, I'll only need 3 channels. 1, 2, and 3. Channel 1 is the steering. So that's the steering. And then channel 2 is the throttle. And channel 3 is going to be a knob to control the gyro. So let's go into that. Name. Let's call it gyro. There it is. So, and the source, we can put it on P2. So it is easy to adjust. Twist the knob that you need to set it to. And there we have it. Now we have 3 channels. Next, let's go to the mixes and set channel 3 to I3. Now we have 3 channels. Let's test it on the channels monitor. So channel 2 is the throttle, 1 is steering, and 3 is gyro gain. Next, we need to bind it to the car. So press the model. Next page. And then scroll down to the module. So whether you use the internal or external, you need to choose that and change it to multi. There we go. And the module is powered up nicely. Now go to type and scroll down to Jiabaile. There it is. Subtype, change it to gyro. Right. Now go to the car and turn it on. It's gonna blink slowly. That's the bind mode, or waiting to bind to a transmitter. Now press bind. And there it is. It's that easy. And we don't even have to reverse the channel. So right, it works. Left, nice. Let's test the program. Forward, brake and reverse. Perfect. Next, the gyro. So let's turn it down. And it stops working. Turn it up all the way. Well, seems like the gyro is on the opposite direction. Now that's strange. Okay, the gyro doesn't work. Now let's bite it again. Right, now it is working. So when you turn it on, don't flip it upside down. Put it right side up and it'll be okay. Otherwise, it is going to confuse the direction. Let's go for a test drive. In conclusion, the gyro helps a lot, especially for drifting. I got it for $40 on discount, and it is the most fun per dollar I've ever had. 50 minutes of runtime is really good. Well, at least that's what I got, and it depends on how hard you pull the throttle. Sure, the car is not the most precise car to drive, and the lack of rear suspension makes it bounce like crazy. But at this price, I wouldn't ask for more. Also, now that it is supported by multiprotocol, I can drive it with a better transmitter, so it is even more fun. If you want one of these, just get the gyro version. You can turn it off if you don't want it, but it'll be there when you need it. I'll leave the link in the description as always. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching and see you again next time.